Yeah, the dumber zone, I think.
That
Dumber Zone.
they were nice guys. Very cool.
I got a lot of shit going on. No, if I remember correctly, I think uh, the way it went down was, I'm adjusting my mic. The way it went down was it was the off season, Tampa Bay, right? He didn't report until, like first day of training camp.
Yeah, I
So
remember
he
it
didn't
was
do
something because everybody was
he di-
speculating on what he was doing or why he
well,
wasn't there.
if I remember correctly, that's when Giselle was boning her jujitsu instructor, and they were going through the divorce, and that was the whole summer. And so then he skipped all of OTAs, some mandatory stuff, I think, and maybe like day one of training camp, he finally pulls up, right? And then the reporters are like, Chant, where you been? What's going on? And that's when he pulled that quote. He's like, look, guys, I'm 45 years old. I got a lot of shit going on. Is that it?
And I know we keep using that, and I don't know where you're at. I always lose track of where you're at. I'm not 45 years old anymore. I'm older than that, but we use
You're
the quote
39.
just because it's a
So, yeah, I'll be 44 in a couple weeks. So one more year and that quote will be
And then
real
you
close
can-
to home. And then I can actually, the sentiment always makes sense, but now
Yeah.
the number will make sense.
yeah.
as
Now,
well.
now it'll match up with the number for at least a year.
But I've had a lot of shit, and so have you. We've had a lot of shit going on for.
But yeah, and like I said, we've
It's a
we've
10
tried, the technical difficulties thing, and just like I said, a lot of stuff getting the schedule together, and then
Yeah.
it happens. It happens just as we were talking about this, just as the generic summer event finished, just as we
Yes.
got the big push for all that. We got a lot of people coming on, and a lot of subscribers. We got a lot of people watching, a lot of people on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. And then, like I said, we dropped off the face of the earth there for a little bit, but and then we tried to come back because we got another boost. When was it? Oh, it was in September. So this is
Yes.
a while back it was after because you purposely sent in late my birthday thing, and so they read it out loud and they talked about us again, and we got a little boost. We got a little boost there, but we weren't able to make it back until now. So it's been a minute, and a lot
It's
has
been a minute.
happened in that minute.
It's also part of the mystique because when it was your birthday, the viewer mail birthday bit, and then obviously they read it because we hit payola to Blake Jones's Venmo, so that he had to read it or Dan had to read it. But they brought us up again from GSE, and do you remember what Jake said about us? He was like, "Hang on, so a podcast about a podcast, the Dumber Zone." He's like, "When did we see them at Generic Summer Event? That's been a while." And then he goes, "Yeah, that does a lot for my confidence that that they've had so much to talk about that they haven't gotten around to actually just invite us, the Dumb Zone, to be a part of an interview. We'll do it." And that got he's like they got so much other stuff to talk about. Dan said,
Like we were saying, but our thing, we had talked about it before, is like we were when we did the generic summer event, we were like 4 episodes in, not counting the generic summer event,
"Pretty
and
consistent, yeah."
we talked about it afterwards of like we ain't even got a wad to blow yet. Like we can't have them on and like not have anything to.
To have a backlog of, and the plan after the summer event, we did all the great interviews with everyone. The plan was to get a bunch of these episodes in the can so we could have
Yeah.
some kind of have some
Just to have something,
just to have something loaded up, drop, and then build up steam and get them on. But yeah, it didn't work out that way. Life got in the way. Yeah, a lot of big changes and stuff. I mean, not much to get into.
It's just life, regular life
just-
shit. But I mean, it
just
affects,
life.
like I said, just trying to get on the same schedule and just trying to get things done. But like I said, it just when I heard that on the pod when they were talking about, like, damn it, I said they're talking about us, and people are gonna go look and be like, these motherfuckers haven't dropped anything.
They, these guys are getting airtime on the Dumb Zone, and they only have 4 episodes in, and some coverage of the generic summer event with Sarah Hepala.
Yeah, and it was like I said, it was just that. It's just but hopefully we can get back on track and get back on schedule. And like I say, and it was holidays too. All the things. There's just a lot of stuff here at the end of the year, but
Yeah,
hopefully we can get back on schedule. And
We'll
Hopefully,
get back.
eventually we'll have the boys on. You know,
Yeah, we'll get the
even if
boys
it's
on.
just short little things. It looks like they. I mean, at least they've said they're willing to come.